Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. It's John and Jenna with Flippin' Ain't Easy. Hopefully you guys have had a good Veterans Day weekend, and hopefully your sales are pretty strong as well. I can tell you, at least on our front here, not the greatest weekend, but I mean, it's kind of expected, being it's a holiday. Really not a good weekend at all for me. Just blah. I mean, yesterday and today are just really crap. So I don't know. I'm just going to keep rolling, going to keep listening, going to keep doing the things. And I just know that overall it's going to take care of itself. So I was on Mr. Primo Chemo's channel on his live this morning. Actually, real quick, before I tell you about that, I snuck away for a 6 a.m. round of golf and got done like around 10 a.m. right when Chemo was doing his thing. So I was going to take a nap, but I'm like, all right, fine. I'll work while I listen to his live. And that's kind of what I did. So I got a little bit of stuff done today, even though I really wasn't planning on doing a whole lot today. And in the live, it seems to happen all the time. Whenever these things happen with eBay, where they make a change or a tweak or something that involves promoted listings, and sometimes when it doesn't, you get people that come out of the woodwork saying, we should form a union. We should go on strike. We will show eBay that we sellers have more power than they give us credit for. And I understand the frustration. I don't want people to feel like, oh, here's John attacking people, because I'm not. I'm just wanting to give you guys some reality. And this is coming from someone who lived most of his life working in a union shop. Okay. Since when I was 19 to the time I left Amtrak, that was very much a part of the equation, unions. And for those who think that, number one, for those who think that YouTubers have some kind of power that we can just come on here. I mean, forget my channel. My channel is like a drop in the bucket compared to somebody. Let's say Craigslist Hunter went on right now and said, guys, I'm tired of the fees. Let's, get behind me. And let's go in and let's stop selling on eBay altogether tomorrow. Do you know how many sellers that would be left on the platform? If every YouTuber united and decided to tell their audience to stop selling on the platform, you'd have about 60 to 70% of the people still selling on the platform, because there's people who don't listen to YouTube or watch YouTube. There's people who just are on their own island, on eBay Island. And guess who's going to benefit? It's those sellers, because eBay right now, they throttle, they sort of, if you have 100 items, and I don't say they throttle, but they do it in a way, they show items in such a way to where you're not getting all the sales over here. This guy's not getting all the sales over here. So what's going to end up happening is you're going to have fewer sellers for the same level of buyers. And it's those sellers are going to have some great days, because we're going to be sitting out waiting for eBay to say, okay, that's enough, guys. We give up. We'll give you whatever we want. You have to understand that eBay is beholden to the shareholders, not us. If every single one of you and myself and anyone who watches YouTube videos for eBay decides tomorrow to stop selling, eBay will still continue to operate. That is the absolute truth. So you have to get this notion out of your mind that we are like employees in a business that have, we get together and form a union. It's just not possible. We do not have the power, any kind of power at all. And if we did, eBay, don't you think they'd listen to us a little bit more if we had the kind of power that you guys, some of you out there, think that we do? So unionization is not going to work. Anyways, who's going to keep all the records of this union and do all the work to keep the union together? I mean, I guess I'll volunteer. Every seller want to pay me $39.95 a month.
No, I'm secretary. I'm keeping the money.
Yeah, I mean, we can do that now. We can have a little vote in, and you guys we can set up a Patreon and all that stuff. It sounds like another chat, but okay, I'm not going to go there. What I'm saying is that it's just not a thing, and I just wish that people would see it that way. Now, I almost think it's the wrong mindset. It is such the wrong mindset. Yes, I understand the disappointment. If you sold on eBay for many, many years, 10, 15, 20 years, you can go back to a place in your mind where the fees were not out of control like they are right now. Let's agree on that. However, eBay's not going back. This is their cash cow. They're making too much money off of promoted listings. And honestly, I think that there's people are going to succeed and those who aren't. And I hate to say this, but the people who refuse to adjust and adapt to the platform, not the platform adapting to them, but sellers adapting to the platform, those people are going to suffer as sell. I hate to say it, but that's just the reality of it. You may have to adjust your model to where you're making less per sale. And that's just the reality of it. Is that going to be enough for you to make reselling work? I don't know. Everyone has their own scenario and their own situation. That's why I really like the idea of what we're doing. We've moved over to a second store. So the first store I'm trying to hit, still almost there, but not quite consistently getting to $500 a day. Like this weekend, it ain't happening. But I want to build a second store where I'm getting, somewhere $300, $400, $500 a day in sales. And we're definitely not there in the second store yet, but I can see as I continue to add, the other things that I don't sell in the main store, as I continue to add that to that store, it's definitely going to be something where it's attainable. I'll just put it that way. But am I going to be getting less per item? I mean, yes, I am going to be getting less per item. I'm going to make less. And that's why we're trying to expand in such a way. And I think expansion, or maybe getting your items on other platforms, is the way to do it. Want to know what you guys think. But I really am not going to make a habit of talking about this subject. I kind of want to put this to bed. It kind of just makes me giggle and laugh and just scratch my head, because it's not a well thought out argument or a well thought out idea to curtail the problems with promoted listings.
There's far more details that go into having and making a union than anyone ever could formulate a thought.
But even if I had the top union guy in the United States that came to me and said, I'll take care of it for you, you ain't getting 100% of people on board. And the only way you'd be able to get 100% of people on board is if that union person went to eBay and said, nobody can sell on this platform unless they're a member of this union, right? And then you'd have to pay fees to be a part of that union.
To me.
Well, you had to pay fees to be a part of that union. And, okay, isn't that sort of like behind why people are upset already? They just don't want to be feed to death. So here's another fee to be a part of the union. So let's put it all to bed, guys. The best way to combat what eBay is doing with their fees, and people can get mad at me as well, but I'm going to speak the truth. Buy better. Stop buying the crap that used to sell that doesn't sell anymore. Stop buying the crap that you can't make money on. You may have used to been able to, and it used to be good, but we're not selling in 2019. We're selling in 2024. And maybe there'll be a day here in the next year, 2, 3, where the things that you throw up are just going to sell like that. But until that happens, you got to stop buying the stuff that's sitting in your store and doesn't move. If you have an item that sits in your store more than a month and you see it recycling all the time, you probably want to avoid buying that again. But I think we get caught up into what's familiar and we keep buying the same things over and over again, hoping for a different result, and it doesn't happen. And I think a lot of that is being uncomfortable. Get out of your comfort zone and start learning new products that might make you money. And that is if you like reselling. Now, if you like reselling only remote controls, then guess what? If that is the only thing you're willing to sell, then you're going to have to accept the fact that sales are going to be slower than you're used to in the past. You can't have it both ways. So there we go. It's off my chest, my diatribe, my 10-minute dealio, whatever you guys want to call it. And that's my story. And I want to know what you guys think, either in the chat if you're watching right now, or after the fact if you're part of the rewatch gang. So we have a couple cool things here. We got Keith renews his membership. I don't know if you have it on auto renew. I don't know, but I don't mind shouting you out every time you renew your membership. So very cool. Thank you for being a member. And hopefully we have more content for members. I'm going to light a fire under my own butt here, even though I see distractions are coming in the next month and over the next month. We're going to be dealing with distractions with the holidays and having people come out to Vegas and go in places and stuff like that. So do everything that I can. But you guys know me. I'm not a YouTube reseller first. I'm an eBay reseller. Then my YouTube channel sort of, gets time. And we have all things gaming. $2.99 super sticker. Well, thank you for the super chat. I certainly appreciate you and the support of the channel. Without you guys, we don't have a channel. We have some guy that works in his garage that talks to himself. That's kind of what we have. So
that's a fact.
It's not the fact, but it would be the fact.
No,
that that's what
it is a fact.
Stop.
We all talk to ourselves out loud.
I'm in my own
I
head.
do the same thing. He is definitely not.
I'm in my own head.
No, you're not in your head. I hear you talking all the time. And
I'm
it's
on the
not
phone.
to me.
I'm on the phone.
No.
I'm always on the phone. All right. Bearded Picker says, moist, I'm on strike. Let's all not list for the next 2 weeks and show eBay they cannot mess with us.
You go ahead.
I agree. If you part things out, you should go on strike right now. Do not sell anything that is part related. Swamp Picker says, hey, John and Jenna. Thanks for being here, Swamp Picker.
Hello.
Keith says, hey, John and Jenna and the FA family. Hope you will all are well and had a good weekend. I mean, good enough.
Well, first of all, I wanna thank everyone for being so supportive on Friday's Live. I was not in a really great headspace. My mom, as many of you know, went into the hospital, and she is doing much better. So my mom has lupus, and apparently this is a new diagnosis as of the last year or so. And it causes great pain in your muscles and your bones and everything. And so she was having a major flare-up, and it can be caused by a multitude of things. So we don't know why it happened, but we know that now she is able to have physical therapy. She is still in the hospital, but she is in a side where it's basically kind of like a caretaker is taking care of her in what do you call it? A rehab facility. So she is there, and she is getting the physical therapy that she needs. I did talk to her today, and she's doing much, much better. Whereas last week she was not able to walk. She was not able to do anything. It took her 20 minutes to go 5 feet because she was in so much pain. So she's doing well. She thanks everyone for their thoughts and their prayers. I will talk to her again tonight. Apparently she has a very nosy neighbor. The lady that sits or is in the bed in the same room as her is very nosy and likes to put her input into my mom's discussions, whether that be in person or on the phone. And my mom has already had to put up some boundaries with her. My mom I am very much like my mom. I don't take no shit. And I will tell you, if you're in my business and I don't want you to be, then I need you to step back. And my mom is much more vocal than I. So, but thank you for everyone who said a prayer for my mom. She's doing much better. Now that I know what's going on, I feel much better and much more at ease. So thank you.
Let's see. Pico says it's getting colder down here to 5 degrees Celsius. That's like 20.
It is 74 today here in Las Vegas, and it gets very cold at night, down into the 40s. So I am loving it. Duncan
VR says too many orders, too hard to do it.
You can do it.
Let's see here. Trying to get through here. Let's see. Pierce is trying to get us more traffic. Pico says, God knows we need it. Yeah. Well, you know, I can always use more sales. I can always use more traffic, I guess. I I can tell you the slow sales are probably due to the fact that, see, I'm dealing with this problem that I thought I was going to be having with my storage unit. So I go to the storage unit, I grab like, 10, 12 items that are larger items, and I load up the car, bring them home, and I go through them. I start to process each one, and I find that maybe this is how bad Amazon has been or lately as compared to like 3 years ago with pallets. I would say like 3 out of 10 are even sellable, like not broken, not busted up, right? To where, because what my strategy is, if it's sellable in a unit and it's going to make me good money or decent money, putting it on the main account. If it's broken, not sellable, missing parts, whatever, I'm going to put it on my other account, whether I'm selling for parts or repair, I'm parting it out, or, just a beat up unit, I'm selling it, it works, but, it's seen better days. And I have a backlog of items that I have to list for the secondary account, where the main, I'm kind of struggling to get decent merchandise on par with what I was at before. And that's the biggest challenge. So, I have a whole storage unit full of that kind of merchandise, and it's kind of a pain point for me. And I don't know how to navigate around it, because I need X amount of merchandise for the main store, and I don't want to make multiple trips out back and forth and have stacks of stuff in here. I don't know what to do with that, but it's a problem I'm going to figure out. And once I do, then the sales in the main account are going to go back up again. Spam Banshee says, aloha, here for it. Well, thank you for being here. Mike Camparelli is with us. So nice to see you, Mike. Brenda Smith says, hello, everyone. I hope all is well as it's going to be. Montezuma says, hello, eBay fam. I tried to promote your store and set a low daily budget, and my sales dropped 50% as soon as I ended the promotion sale, are back to normal 16 sales over the weekend. So that's I don't really promote a store. I don't. I do the promoted listing standard, but on the second account, they offer me $200, 75% off of promoted listings priority, which is the replacement of promoted listings advanced. I'm going to make a video on that because it's just so convoluted at this point. And I'm only doing that on the second store, and I'm only promoting certain listings. So, and I only have like I'm down to $5 budget. That's the minimum anyway per day. I figure, you know what, I'll let eBay spend $3.75 or whatever it is a day. I'll spend the other $1.25 a day, and we'll see what happens. Really don't know what that store looks like today. You got a lot of sales on that other account?
Over the week, over the course of the last Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and today I have 11. I don't know what the dollar
today amount. You have 11? Or was it 11 for your...
I said over the course of the last 4 days.
Okay. So yeah, it's just one of those things where I see that sales are kind of going down on the main account. The sales are going up on the secondary account.
We're up to 12. Sorry, I just got a sale.
She got a like button sale. Hit the like button, guys. Get your sale within the next 24 hours. I don't know how it works, but we put the karma out there, and it's not a 5-minute thing. After you hit the like button, it's going to happen. It's sometime within the next 24 hours. So Mike has a shameless promotion here.
Uh-oh.
Archie and I were on the Pocket Change podcast last night. We told all about my visit to Vegas. Podcast will drop on Tuesday. Check it out. Would love to get John to appear on it. Nobody asked me to go on podcasts. So, I have no objection to go on podcasts. I enjoy it. I enjoy the conversation. But I guess that kind of, there's all kinds of podcasts out there. And I think a couple of through the grapevine have said, hey, this podcast wants you on. Like Archie has told me a couple of times, and it's like, well, unless I get an invite, I guess I ain't going on, so it's just one of those things. Let's see. Yeah, Pocket Change podcast.
Yeah. I can't remember anything.
So Mike says, on the topic, we resellers in the social media space are maybe 1,000 at best. Mm-hmm. eBay has 18 million sellers in total. We're just a flea on the back of an elephant.
That's right.
So I think there's more than that. I think now, like for instance, you have channels like Craigslist Hunter. He has over 300,000 viewers or subscribers. You have maybe your Rockstar Flippers, your Rally Roots, and all those. And I'd say probably 75 to 80% of those viewers are actual resellers. I think instead of like 1,000, I think there's probably a couple 100,000 that actually do resell and watch YouTube videos. Now you're talking there's millions of sellers in total. That's how many people aren't bothering to watch videos. They're just too busy. They have no time for it. Let's see. Duncan says, do you ever get insomnia at night because you're busy worrying about eBay orders you need to ship? Well, I don't.
I have insomnia, but it's certainly not over eBay.
I don't. I sleep well at night, to be honest with you. I do.
Yes, he does.
I do sleep well at night. What is that supposed to mean?
You're out in 2 seconds flat.
Yeah.
I, on the other hand, take hours to fall asleep.
Now, sometimes I'll think about things like, is there somebody at the door, by the way? I know someone's at the door. I want to check.
Okay.
No, they're not there. So my apologies, guys. So as far as like, I'm in the middle of the night, I wake up and let's say I think about something related to maybe doing videos or related to the business. And then all of a sudden I'll continue to think and think and think about that. And then I'll think about other things. My brain starts going, right? So my body's tired. My brain is now awake. And the hardest thing for me to do is to get back to sleep. So that's the only time I really have problems getting any kind of sleep. Marco Carpio says, hey, everyone. Hi, John and Jenna. Just dropping by to listen in while working. Well, awesome. Thanks for being here. And I don't know if you're in the States, but if you're working on a holiday, that's dedication. Good on you. And you know what? Some people just continue to work every day, even if it's a holiday or a weekend. And I'm one of those people. You know, we take moments. I don't take days off. I take moments off. Like not this weekend, but the following weekend, I won't be here. I'm going to go up to Parker. We're going to do our little golf meeting thing. And
wait, when is that?
That's not this weekend, but it's the following weekend. And we have our concert on Friday.
Oh, yay.
Friday night. I'm sure you're excited. And I'm not sure exactly the time. We should be able to get the live next week. Be done and just head out, that kind of thing. So we'll see.
It's on Friday?
It's on a Friday night.
Oh,
Southern Vermont Vintage is with us. Thanks for being here. Flippin' Good says happy Monday. Thanks for being here as well. Oh, Joe Samard.
Yes.
Here's to all the vets.
Here's to all the vets.
Yes.
Happy Veterans Day. We
What kind of
thank you.
straw
thank you.
is that?
It's a glass straw.
I mean,
Don't make it a big deal.
what the hell is that?
It's a glass straw because I have lip gloss.
Venom's with us. Hi, John and Jenna. Thanks for being here. Duncan says, what would you do if eBay gave you too many orders and you could not dispatch them all on time?
I've yet to really have that problem. So,
well, and that's the reason why eBay doesn't really do that. Yeah, eBay, I'm pretty sure that eBay could probably give people a lot more orders if they wanted to. But the last thing they want to do is to overwhelm a seller to where they don't have the ability to fill those orders in a timely manner. And now you've got people that are PO'd that they can't get their items on time, especially in Q4. We're talking about like the last week, actual shipping week before, it's Christmas time. I could just imagine the backlash they'd have if they just unflipped the switch. Because I think in some way we're all kind of throttled in a way, not out of eBay being spiteful or upset. Well, if you have bad account metrics, then yes, for sure. But I'm saying they just don't want to put sellers in a place where they have never been before. So maybe you're growing. Maybe you're like, I'm sure I'll use James, the great reseller life. It used to be the boring reseller life. Okay. I'm sure at one point, when he had only 5,000 items in his store, he was not at all at the level of volume where he is right now with sales, right? And I think regardless of how many items he's been putting up there, I think his sales may have gone up over time to sort of match the volume and to match his performance. So if he's showing that eBay that he's able to handle more orders, they are going to gradually allow him to increase that number. I'm a firm believer of that. I don't know what the formula is. I don't know how exactly it works, but I do know that they are concerned about the buyer experience. And if you just let some new seller loose with great prices like $2 iPhones, well, it's going to be a problem if, now that new seller is like having to ship out 500 items tomorrow. Tommy Z says, hello to my most favorite YouTube reselling couple. As always, thank you so much for the live.
Aw.
Well, awesome.
You're
Well, thank
welcome.
you.
Thanks, Tom.
Yeah, thanks for being here, and thanks for saying that. That's awesome of you. Venom says, question, is USPS labels more expensive now? Paying more for them recently on eBay. The decrease from 8 ounce to 4 ounce would be a much lesser rate than it is now. What happened was the price increase. So there was a price increase that's in place, I believe, until January, mid to late January for the holidays. So it's affecting.
Yeah, it happens every year.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Now, is it temporary? I don't know. I mean, it's like a tax. Our tax is actually temporary. Yeah. It is to be seen. So they may roll them back at the end of January just to say, okay, guys, we're having our annual fee increase. So it ends up being the same. Call in the neighbors. I don't know what the call in the neighbors is. Oh, well, we'll skip that. Victor Wawiorka. I haven't seen Victor in a while. Just wondering
Victor.
What others think about the new My Message system. I was just thinking about that the other day.
I did have to use that, and I thought it was very strange.
It's different. I'm looking at it, and
they're trying to be like a Gmail or something. I mean, I
see one of my buyers, they have their like avatar. It's like some cartoon face.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is weird. I'm not used to it, but you know what? I don't spend a lot of time. I just do what I have to do in the messages and get out of there.
And on the phone, it's not changed. It's the same. So I don't use my computer regularly for eBay. I use my phone.
And it's not an email you're sending. So you're not sending a message anymore. You're sending, it's like an Instagram message back and forth. So you're getting like you're just sending a message. What I don't like, it irritates me, is this whole box that you have to click to send copy to email. I don't want an email. No. And so I understand it's there maybe to have like an options box where you can turn it on, like toggle it on behind the scenes, but it really is just, or put it to the right. I don't want it there where I'm typing. It's just, pet peeve. Samantha says, hello, John and Jenna. How's everything? Jenna, I hope your mother's doing well. Hey there, FAE viewers. Thanks for being here.
Hello, Samantha. Yes.
Casey, New York. Hi, everyone. Thanks for being here, Casey, New York.
Hello.
Yes, you guys got my diatribe. So hope you guys are happy with it. Basket Noodle. Got a few minutes waiting for our supersized Amish pot pie.
Oh, wow.
That sounds
supersized. So
are there peas in it? Did they just kill it for you?
Yeah, it kills it. Yeah, sorry.
I
was excited about your pot pie, and now that you might have peas in it.
I love it. I'd eat it.
I think that it will be great. Amish make really good food.
And they use peas. The Picky Picker says, bonjour, FAE fam.
Bonjour.
Nice to see you. Love the hair, Jenna.
Oh, thank you.
Duncan says,
it's just clean.
Yeah, we don't. That's the wrong channel, Duncan. Hit the like for a free return and 15 casino spam emails. No, that's the wrong channel. You got us confused.
Who are we confused?
We have, I don't know. Could be Beard. Could be Primo's deal. They seem to want you to hit the like button. Jacqueline B says, good afternoon. Thanks for being here. The Picky Picker says, I'm in my garage processing, and there's been a poor bird stuck in here for a few hours. I assume it doesn't know how to get out.
Oh no.
So
are you going to help it get out?
Yeah, for me it's okay. Open the garage, the actual garage door, and then get the broom out and help it out. Don't hit it, but just show them the way. Show them the way.
No, I know exactly what you would do.
I wouldn't hit the bird.
No, you would not hit the bird. But
I like birds.
Jenna, come help me get this thing out of here.
Well, yes, I would ask for you to come help me. It's not like I'm afraid of the bird.
I'm trying to work in here, and now I have this thing.
But I like birds. I took a picture of a reddish orange bird that was in the tree. You can't see it because it was a really close up, and it looked like a finch, but it was like red. I don't know if you could see it.
Well, you can see
but
he's kind of.
I tried to get closer.
Red.
Because of course I hit my golf ball under a tree where it was like it flew there. I'm like, well, is this someone's pet or is this an actual bird in the wild? Because it was just like a reddish orange color. Really cool. Ping G says, hello, John and Jenna and the chat. Happy Veterans Day. Hope your mom is feeling better. Well, thank you, Ping. Appreciate that.
Yes.
Southern Vermont Vintage has been napping all day, recovering firewood and yard cleanup all weekend. Winter's close and should have been here already. These warm winters are odd.
Yeah, you guys are getting some strange warm weather, which I don't know if you guys like that or not, but I wouldn't be very happy if it was warm right now.
Basket Noodle says, golf is too sexual. Woods and irons, holes in one, and ball washers. Even golf backwards is flog. You know what? Okay, if you think golf is sexual, close your eyes, turn the football game on, and listen to the commentators. Yeah. And they're
what was that video he sent?
There's a video with a couple ladies that don't know anything about football. They are listening to like a football game, and they're sitting. They're not watching. They're sitting there going, "What the hell?"
Yeah, they're on their phones and they're just listening to the calls being called, and it just sounds way bad.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Venom says, it's just me, but when making listings, it says good till canceled now. Haven't noticed that before.
Yeah, it's been there.
It's been there. And it's just, it used to be that they'd only list your item for the 30 days or whatever it is. But now it's good till canceled, meaning that they're going to keep charging you for a listing and refreshing it. I say refreshing it using the same item number, but it still is looked upon by eBay as a stale listing. Oh boy, look at this. We've got Alyssa. I really thought you forgot us. Thought you forgot about us. And we only remind you on Saturdays when we...
Well, they didn't go live Saturday.
I didn't see them on Saturday. Well, I was kind of busy on Saturday myself, so I didn't really go on YouTube on Saturday.
Well, I'm always on YouTube, and I didn't see them.
Jacqueline says, oh my God, it's so nice to see you. It has been a tough 2024, and it ended with 2 hurricanes back to back in 2024. My mom and I moved back to Las Vegas, still in the process of unpacking.
Well, congratulations.
So where did you move from?
Yeah.
I'm curious. Where did you move from? And you moved the right time of year. It's not hot.
Yeah, because, I mean, let me tell you, we moved here in July. Was it July or August?
We moved here in July. It was after the 4th of July.
It was awful.
Duncan says, when you're playing golf, do you answer eBay messages at the same time? So golf, nap, then casino. So no
John
casino today.
You'd be surprised. John doesn't go to the casino as much as you would think.
No, we see, the thing is, out here in Vegas, all the bowling alleys and all the movie theaters are in a casino. Mm-hmm. So you're kind of going through the casino to get to the movie theater, and then you have to come back. So it's like, fine, I'll play a little blackjack or while we're waiting for the movie, I'll play some slots and that kind of thing. But it's not my cup of tea. I'd rather go in and sit down. I was wanting to do that this weekend, but I just didn't get a chance to. Go and sit down and play some poker at the poker table. So I do a lot of my gambling from home more than anything else. So I play poker online. I started doing that again. I'll goof around with it for like an hour or two.
He bets on the ponies.
I do that, even though you're not supposed to in Vegas, but they think I'm in California, so it works out. And yeah. So.
And then last night was Yellowstone, who watched. Am I the only?
It was all right. I kind of wonder.
Yellowstone fan.
I kind of wonder what's going to happen with the show. It's over after this season, right?
No, because I don't know that I can talk about it.
Okay, well then don't.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was a secret. Christine Talona says, "Good God, those who say strike have no idea what it takes and how strikes work. It's lunacy."
Absolutely.
So strike is all about leverage, right? Strikes are all about leverage. So think of the strike that happened with the longshore workers, right? So they're the ones that are loading and unloading these ships and the containers. And if they decide not to come to work, well, you don't got anyone to do that part of the job, and all that stuff gets stuck out in the sea. Well, if we decide, the ones that watch YouTube all decide to say, okay, forget it, we're going on strike. Well, there's going to be people there to pick up the slack.
Mm-hmm.
And all the while they're taking your sales because, we got to get off this idea of get our feelings out of our business. We have Keith Pitco did a gift membership. We have who got the gift membership?
We now have Brandy,
All right.
Juan at Nose Attic, Biff Boffo, Joe Samard, and Bondi Blondie.
Bondi Blondie. I think it's Bondi Blonde.
No, it's Bondi.
How do you know it's Bondi?
Bondi is actually a hair care product.
So is she sponsored by Bondi?
I don't know. I would love to know.
Okay, well,
Send
interesting.
some
Thank you, Pitco, and everyone that got a membership. Give Keith a shout out. That was very nice of him.
Yeah, thank you so much. You don't have to do all that.
But again,
thank you.
But again, even though the show is about this whole notion of let's all bond together and strike. I just think I want to put this issue to bed. Yes, are there going to be times where we are frustrated with eBay? Yes. Are there going to be times where we feel like we have no voice? Yes, it's continuing as we speak. But it's like that big bully that runs up to you that's like 12 years old, like 6'5", and you're like this 12-year-old like kid that's like not even 5 foot, and he takes your lunch money and you're like, what are you going to do about it? Right? So this is eBay saying to you, what are you going to do about it? You can change schools, I guess. You can go to another school, go to Mercari, I guess. But the good school here, where the money's at, is where eBay is. A bad analogy, I know. But
Christine, is that you in your profile picture? I just want to know. That is it's such a cute dress, and you're beautiful.
Carol C says, hi, Jenna, got your email.
Hi, Carol. Yes, I replied to her.
Dean Troy says, eBay would just wait it out and go about their business. Yeah, we have no leverage. Mm-hmm. Basket Noodle says, been talk of union since before 2000. It's educulous. Be like chickens running around the tree yelling at each other.
Yeah.
It's just people that think they think they have more power or more influence than we do. That's why I don't fill out surveys. Maybe I should do surveys whenever I just don't feel like I have enough. Like, who cares what I think? I'm not gonna waste my time just being a number. Southern Vermont Vintage says, not sure how it works. I hit the like button and already have 3 sales. I'll be here every week.
Yay!
We put the positive karma out for you, right?
Can I have my buttons back?
I guess, but you don't use them properly.
Well, no, I use them.
So from here on out,
you can do it.
I use them.
Larry Todd, Jenna keeps the union money.
That's right. It all goes to me.
Yeah, so all the union money, whoever wants to pay their union dues, feel free to do that right now. Southern Vermont Vintage says, people that want to strike, there's always someone that is willing to take their spot.
That's right.
Yep. And that's exactly what eBay sees when, they see. I'm sure they know they read almost all the posts. They see the comments, and I'm sure that they read it and they just start laughing, because it's just not the idea that they're going to just suddenly, I guess we need to change back to the way it was 10 years ago because, we're going to lose all of our sellers. It ain't that way. Duncan says, John is now eBay union boss, y'all. Pay the $99.99 subscription now. Real money, not monopoly money.
Wow, $99.99. Now that's much more than we suggested.
I just wanted $39.99.
It's $39.99.
95.
Okay.
We'll give them 5 cents off, 4 cents off. When we worked at the union, at the railroad, we had to pay it was like $120 a month.
For some reason, 74 sticks in my brain.
Maybe because you're part-time.
No, I was not part-time.
No, it was more than $174. I don't know, but it was up there.
74 something.
Yeah, it was up there, and it's like, union dues again.
Yeah.
But I guess the notion is we probably wouldn't have been making as much, and even in management, I was paying union dues, because if you weren't paying union dues while you're in management, if you got knocked out of management, then you didn't have a job to go back to.
Yeah, but if you continue to pay your union dues,
right,
you always had something to fall back to.
Christine says, good thing about being self-employed is you have the right to quit. So quit whining.
Yes.
Basket Noodle. Where's my buck?
Wait, why is my cup?
She's not doing her job very good. Where's my bucks? Dean Troy says, not a union, but it would be good to have resellers association that would be advocate for and against bills on state levels, considering Facebook Marketplace, etc. So you can do that already. eBay already has that set up with eBay Main Street. It's, I believe, as simple as ebaymainstreet.com, one word. And you can go up and sign up right now. And it's a grassroots campaign action network that keeps you informed and engaged on public policy issues that affect e-commerce. So if you want to be involved, certainly there's a place to do it. That's a place to start. And go on and check out the site. And I'll even put a link if you guys are interested in the chat. It won't be in the replay, but you can go on to ebaymainstreet.com and check it out. Larry Todd says, I don't use promoted listings. I still sell. Yeah, I am that weird one. So you don't use them at all. I thought you used them a little bit, but most of your listings, you didn't do it. So
I think most of them, he said that he didn't. I mean, they're not common items.
I know we've talked a lot, like on Beards Live, even like after the fact or whatever. And I've never asked you about your store, really, as far as what is your store? Let me look at your store. I'm very curious for those who do well without promoted listings. I'm very curious as to, what you're doing. Obviously you got to be doing something. He sells
toothbrush holders, and he's going to give me one since he's Santa.
I don't think he sells toothbrush holders because he's had those things for how long now? He might be opening a toothbrush museum though very soon. Pot G Grimm says, just decided to add Amazon into the mix, and oh my goodness, listing something and selling 30 of it a day is crazy. Y'all need Amazon and eBay combo is amazing. So I did Amazon for a little while, and they really don't want you selling their return merchandise on their site, to be honest with you. Now, if you're like Beard, you do the arbitrage where you go around the country or just around town if you have a big enough area, buy merchandise and send it in to Amazon. I mean, that's a way to make money as well. But for me, it's just I am not on board with a lot of what Amazon does, like the returns. Look, I get the merchandise because of these returns and these pallets. I see what's going on. Now, if it's FBM, you have a little bit more control than FBA, but I just don't care for it. I know that the volume is there. I just don't care for it.
If you thought the rules on eBay were hard to follow, Amazon's worse.
I just don't care for it. I just really don't. Now, I have a decent account. I have good metrics. I just stopped selling there. I took my items down. I just wasn't really, your time starts to wear thin. So even if I have an item that's on eBay, I want to get it up on Amazon. I got to stop what I'm doing here and put it up on him. Just and without a tool, it's all manual. And I know you don't have to get photos on there or anything like that, but it's just something I don't wish to do.
Yeah, it's not for everyone, but if it's working for you, keep doing it.
Let's see. Larry Todd says, agreed that the money is safe with Jenna.
Thank you.
It's not safe with Jenna. Jenna's going to spend it.
I'm going to spend it on what is a need and not a want.
She's going to spend it, guys.
Stop it.
I'm just saying. Big Dre.
Why do you always got to throw me under
That's
a
the
bus?
truth. There's no bus to throw you under. This is just the truth. It's the truth.
I will make sure that I look good every time I'm representing you and taking your money.
Some people collect baseball cards. Some people collect stamps. I don't know if they do that anymore. People like Larry Todd, they collect coins.
Gold.
Jenna collects makeup. She's a makeup collector.
It's not just makeup.
Okay, well, that's part of the collection.
Skincare is everything for me. Okay, you need to stop it. You're gonna end up on a freaking
What's this? What is this? You're combing your beard or what? What is that? It's something that Scott would do, right? I would see Scott doing that.
Okay, I'm done with you now. Okay. Let's move on.
Big Dre says, cha-ching, sold my second pair of Nike today, $40 plus shipping, which makes a total of $400 in sales.
Wow.
Including the weekend. That's awesome.
Very nice.
I had a almost $500 day on Saturday. Sunday was El Succo, and today is the same. Basket Noodle says, I want a union. Can we all wear pink towels with race stripes on our heads? Yeah.
Why do we have to wear a towel on our head?
What's with the racing stripes? We're all gonna go racing? I don't know. Son of Vermont says, why do we need towels? Because I guess we're gonna get wet we're gonna get moist at some point.
Oh,
and we need
come on.
Duncan says, pay Jenny the fee. She is collecting all the money.
That's right.
Larry Todd, preach, John. Crap don't sell. I mean, I don't know why we have to continue to make that. Should be a given. Like eBay 101, crap doesn't sell. At least right now, it doesn't sell. Pitco says, that it, John? Tell it how it is. Stop selling the crap. That's part of it. Purple Cactus Sales is selling on eBay for years. All listings were auctions, lower fees. People would actually send checks or cash through PayPal. What about before the PayPal? More fees now, but get paid to bank and accounts for fees. I remember when I was checking the mail every day to see if I got a payment. Basket Noodle, what if I already have the crap from 20 years ago that I bought 20 years ago? There's the eBay hot tub time machine. I know unionized ability to spell is required. But what you can do now that you couldn't do 5 years ago on that 20-year-old stuff is call it vintage. Maybe that'll help. Beamy, we got Bill and Midge says, good evening all. Thanks for being here. Nice to see you. We sell a bit of everything and sales are up and down. Yeah. Dean Troy says, grassroots associations also put together petitions that show a level of support for bill proposals that state assembly, Senate, or a national Senate and House look at to put their names behind. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying with eBay Main Street. I know eBay is advocating for us sellers, right? But don't you believe for a second that they're advocating for the sellers before their own interests. Yeah. Got Larry Todd. He's the first to pay his dues. So
look at
he's
that.
Got his dues in. Thank you for paying your dues. I appreciate that.
Are you sending them in increments? Because that's not the full amount.
Yeah, he's just covering for today.
Okay.
You're covered for today.
Okay. So I will make sure that you are paid in full for the month.
Yeah, we won't send any union bosses to your house. Or like that.
I will show up.
And Kevin's still in hiding. He's here with us. Thank you for being here, Kevin. Hopefully you're doing well, and hopefully you're still in Lakeland, Florida. Duncan VR says, how do you grow your store when you're restricted by time and there's only so much you can do? It's difficult.
Learn to manage your time.
Time management is one way to do it. So like right now, you're in the chat, which we love the fact that you're in the chat, but you could be listing right now, right? Like when you go out to eat, you can instead just maybe eat like some crackers and save that time.
Or crickets. You could eat crickets.
Yeah. Or do things like that to where you maximize your time. There's some channels that advocate you time yourself when you go to the bathroom. So if you're spending like time on your phone in the bathroom, maybe you leave your phone and you maybe set an alarm to where you are in there for no more than 3 minutes at a time and use that towards your resale. So you can really do it if you want to. Big Dre says, I spend $260 of the Veterans Day 50% off sale and conservatively got over $2,000 in inventory according to comps. Oh, and that's awesome. That's right? Awesome. Now, I think when we're looking at comps, we're all hoping on like the best case scenario, right? Like this hockey equipment. We've sold one pair of ice skates, and as we get into winter and get into next year, the more and more likely that this stuff's going to be sitting. Another
sale.
You got another sale?
Yeah.
Those stupid boots.
Yeah.
So I was hopeful that I'd make a good chunk off of that investment, and it's looking like I'm probably gonna have to go in here and like knock it down like maybe 30% off on a lot of that hockey equipment. Duncan says, who is talking to himself in the garage? No, I am on the phone all the time.
Yeah, that's another problem.
Why would I talk to myself?
Because you do.
I got the show on. I got the different YouTube channels going on, and only thing I do in the garage is really sing. I'll sing.
I'm going to point it out every time you.
Okay, you need to.
You start doing it because it's not only in the garage. He does it in here, and I'm just like, okay, is he talking to me? Is he talking to the dogs? No, the dogs don't go in the office.
So let me get this straight. You can hear me talking to myself in here, but when I call for you and I say, hey, honey, you don't respond, you can't hear that?
No.
Okay, well.
It's called selective hearing.
I think there's some voices going on. Coin Collector says, hit that like button. Got 8 sales the next day. Thanks, y'all.
Nice.
Awesome. There you go.
Here you go.
You can do it.
She's having too much fun now. Southern Vermont Vintage says, talking to self at times can be more intelligent conversation.
This is true. And
what if you're talking to yourself? What if you're talking to yourself saying, you stupid son?
I do that all the time.
Reality Smacks. Let us know how that works out, Bearded Picker.
What did he do?
Did I skip? No, that was like from way back. Now on the golf course, I might talk to myself, like with little curse words, like, oh, come on. Basket Noodle says, oh, I'm so sorry, Jenna. I'm very aware of lupus. It's like multiple sclerosis, but can happen almost all over the body. Yes. Friend of mine is both lupus and MS.
Oh, God. Yeah,
lupus
I don't know a whole lot about it, and that's my bad. I haven't done any real research. And my mom kind of, when she got the diagnosis, she didn't really believe that that's what it was, because she didn't have a lot of the symptoms. She only had some pain and in swelling in her ankles, and so. But over the last course of the year, it's apparently been happening more frequently, and she hasn't really been telling me about it, me or my sister. So this time it just happened to be such a bad flare up that at 10 o'clock at night, she calls the ambulance. So
Coin Collector said, just tuned in. Can you please give a quick rundown of what's going on with eBay? Well, I mean, look, eBay is constantly making changes. We have to know and accept that. They're making changes behind the scenes, things we can't see, but we know something's going on. And then like some of the things we can see, like your messages and the way that the platform looks, whether it's on the app or on the PC, Mac, whatever. But the topic at hand, I mean, it's just, people want to have a voice, right? They want to feel like they can put their foot down and say enough is enough. We're tired of paying all the fees. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news. It's just we don't have enough voices that's going to make eBay change course. That's just the reality of it. Mm-hmm. It's kind of the best now. What happened with eBay? They're still rolling. Nothing's really happened with eBay. People want to go on strike is what's happening. There's a small percentage of the reseller community that think if we bond together, we can make some noise and make some change, and it's just not.
It's just not going to happen.
Mom don't take no shit.
No, my mom does not take any shit.
Maya's with us. Thanks for being here, Maya.
Maya.
Southern Vermont says lupus is tough, along with multi-back surgeries, 3 organs removed. The struggle is real. I hope for the best. So many things can cause flare-ups.
Oh my God. I hope. Oh my gosh. That's awful.
Simplify says sales still kind of slow, but overall sales up. Each item sold average is $25 to $30 average sale. Working to bring that higher. There you go. Work on your ASP. People, like the question was posed by Duncan. If you don't have enough time, how can you get more items listed? And maybe you can do one of two things. You can do a volume game. So I've got a bunch of these. I don't have a bunch of these remotes. Say I have a bunch of these remotes. It's a real easy list. I maybe taking a picture of the front and the back after I test it to make sure it works. And then, boom, I can get a bunch of those. I could do a lot of listings if all I had were remote controls. And I'm only going to get like $10 for this thing plus shipping, maybe. That's kind of what I've seen with remotes. Do I want to play the volume game and after fees and after all that, I'm making $5 or $6? Or do I take 20 to 30 minutes, find my average ASP right now, I think it's like $72, $73. So I'm finding enough to where I can get like 6 or 7 of those items up, on the main account. And then it gives me time to work and get some volume stuff on the secondary account. So, maybe add to your ASP. So you're not going to get more items listed up per se, but maybe you're adding more quality items to your store. Mm-hmm. Coin Collector says 74 in Vegas, 30 here. Viva Las Vegas.
Yeah. I mean, tomorrow it's expected to drop more.
Even more?
Yes.
I was comfortable with it today. It was
tomorrow's
perfect.
high is only 63, I think.
Yeah. We didn't have that transition period this year where we go from summer to like winter. It's like
it literally
it was 115 degrees, and 2 weeks later it was like 70.
Yeah, there was no gradual, decline. It was all hot, cold.
Duncan says, Jenna, is John talking to himself in the storage unit too?
I don't know. I'm sure he is.
No, I'm not.
But I don't go with him to the storage unit. So.
It's quite quiet in there, and there's nothing. I can't even play YouTube videos in there. I guess I could throw my music on because it's
you
not
have
connected.
headphones.
I'm not wearing my headphones to the storage unit. I can listen to the music without the. It's really quiet in there. So
yeah.
They got Josh Bama Jaybird Resell with us. So good evening, everyone. John, Jenna, hope you guys are doing well. Prayers for your mom.
Thank you so much. She's doing so much better.
And thank you for being here, Josh. Nice to see you. Duncan says, damn, just got another sale. Must be from hitting the like. What else? What else could it be? Maya says, are the pallets you've bought described as being in good condition or broken, damaged? They're only described as customer returns. So they have where they have like shelf pulls. That's one condition you can get, but it'll say shelf pulls. So you know that those are going to be new. You then have customer returns. They can be in any condition from like parts and beat to hell, like just trashed, which would be salvaged, all the way to open box or sometimes brand new, like brand new. So the last level is salvage. Salvage is like and that's the thing that encourages me, the fact that there is a category of salvage. They take these truckloads, and so they put things into these categories. So they see something that's just shot and beat to hell, maybe just parts of what it should be, they'll put it in salvage, right? And they'll try not to put that in the customer returns ones. But what happens is you have people who return their old 10-year-old whatever part or unit, and they'll put it in the new packaging. They'll even keep the new accessories that came with the other unit. They just take the new unit out and swap it out with their old one and leave all the good accessories in there. So it looks to them like, wow, this is a nice looking item. So, and they're dealing with a truckload of stuff when they're creating these pallets. They don't have time to go through every item the way I would have to go through it. So it's just disappointing. You get these units that are like, wow, this thing is all busted to hell, but there's new accessories. People think they're slick when they're dealing with Amazon when they send in the returns, but if it's because they're allowed to be, I guess. Idea Pad says, happy promoted listings general strike day. Yep, mark your calendar. 11/11 is when we officially started our strike. Josh Galt says, hi, John, Jenna, and everyone. Just driving my son to baseball, so I've got you on audio only.
Well, hello, Josh.
Awesome. Well, I hope Henry hits a home run today.
Yes, Henry.
Duncan says, my sales today are $650. That's pretty good. And that's Australian too, isn't it? That's Australian. So it's even, well, it's not as good. I thought it was even better. I thought that actually the Australian dollar is like 75 cents to the dollar. So you're still doing okay. Nathan G says, I'm not a big fan of promotions for myself, but I sell mostly harder to find auto parts, so I'm not in competition with 50 other people selling the same thing.
Yeah.
And so I think that there's a lot of people that say, I don't sell common parts or common items, so I shouldn't promote. And, Ebert came on and said, we're spending a lot of money on empty impressions where you're really not you're getting a lot of impressions, but no sales in the item. And now keeping in mind, he's 5 years removed from eBay and things have changed behind the scenes. I'm sure eBay doesn't kind of talk to him. Makes me wonder though, when we deal with promoted non-search impressions, right? If you have, let's say, a part, let's say, I don't know, just a very unique part, and someone is searching for that car, but not necessarily that part. And so they find an item that matches what they're looking for. Let's say like a tire or something. I don't know, stupid analogy. But they're looking through, and now eBay has thrown your unique part in their listing, and they're like, that's kind of cool. I could use one of those. I think there's a benefit to using maybe as little as 2.1% to get those extra non-search impressions that you normally wouldn't have if you're not promoting. Let's see. Maya says, missed you all Saturday. Okay. The Picky Picker says, just dropped a video on how to add videos to your listings using your phone. Channel is very new. Appreciate any and all support. So just check out the Picky Pickers channel if you want to check on that. Now, as far as videos using your phone, I don't know. Maybe the app has been updated where you can go in and add a video through your app, the eBay app. I have not been able to see that. What I do is I make a video and then I send it over with my Dropbox to my computer, and then I upload it to eBay through their link there. And oh boy, we got a couple people here. Mike Seller, he's paying his 2 days. He's paying 2 days worth of dues. So Mike, thank you for paying your dues. I appreciate that. And thank you, Ranger, for being a part of that. Duncan says, my eBay union is yearly membership to Jenny. Everyone else, $99.99 a month. Going to Postbox, sending 20 orders, multiple items. You can manage your time. 30 seconds on the shitter seat, then out the door. We need to get. Thank you for the super chats, guys.
Thank you,
I appreciate that.
You don't have to do that.
Yeah, it's awesome of you guys that you think of us like that. We need to get some toilet seats that have like a zap option, where if you're on the toilet seat too long, you get like shocked. Like it's not a hurtful shock, but it's not one that's pleasant either. I think that's an invention that I think most Americans spend way too long with their phones on the toilet seat. Who here gets their best reading done on the toilet seat? I probably do. It's just bad. I'm like, oh yeah, okay. I'm like, hello, I got to get in there. Okay. Yeah, that's a little TMI for you. But Emil Guillen says we need Joe Rogan to endorse the eBay strike. Yes. But even if Joe Rogan did that, there'd be people who are like, I don't care what they say. I'm not, because look, who's going to hurt? Who are we hurting? We're hurting ourselves. If we rely on this income to come in, how long do we plan on doing this for? A week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks? For some people, they wouldn't be able to pay their bills and they would be in a world of hurt. They wouldn't have the choice to stop reselling, even as slow as things are for them.
Yeah.
And don't forget to hit that like button. I agree. Thank you for that. Coin Collector says, just hit my 20th total sale earlier today. Very happy. Tuesday going to be a busy day.
Yes.
That's awesome.
And speaking of, I think we're going to have to pull
we're going to do
items tonight.
We're going to do that. I'm going to be listing while she does the shipping. Coin Collector says, not bad for less than 2 weeks selling books.
Very good. Congratulations.
I have some books from the yard sale we went to with Mike about 3 weeks ago, the first set of yard sales we went, and we ended up, the lady had this box out there and there's like some computer programming books and they were in great condition. She had them in the free pile. So I'm like, well, they're all kind of the same subject. I guess I can just take them all and lot them out and maybe get $20 for the 4 books. I don't know. Maybe not. Silver hair. John loses sleep over a double bogey. Only if I'm playing against my buddy and he kicks my butt, which we'll be doing here. And I had to pay for that. Yeah. I mean, like I had one today and it was like, okay, whatever.
I know, because, it's strange on a Monday morning. He had to play by himself. Yeah,
that's the thing. My buddy from out here, he moved to Italy and he went there as a contractor for the Air Force, and I probably shouldn't say this. So he moved on. Let me just put it that way. And he is now in the Philippines. It's probably in the middle of the night, so he's probably not watching. But he's in the Philippines, and he's retired. He's already retired, so he's living his life. The cost of living is a lot lower there, and so he's now there. And I don't really have another friend across town that maybe wants to play golf every so often. So it's like I call a golf course. They may put me with 3 other people. Today they did, but they never showed up. So it's like, okay, you're out, you're up. So I'm like, oh, great. And it's not very fun playing by yourself. It's just not all that fun.
You finished really fast.
Because I was behind a group for these 4 guys that were just flying. So Southern Vermont says, I went to the post office today. Such an eager
beaver.
Well, at least you know where
That
it is.
Sucks. Well, at least
you did a dry run.
hopefully it wasn't too far.
Joe says, elephants have fleas. Hey, FAE fam. Nice to see you, Jovial. Awesome. Paul Rose says, hi, John and Jenna. eBay doesn't care what its sellers think, regardless of the PR. They will do what they like regardless.
That is facts.
And it's one of those things where we just have to accept it. We don't have to like it. No one's here telling you guys, hey, you need to promote and like it. You need to do this and like it. What I'm saying is, who here is serious about making money? And while, okay, and I think there's a lot of people who think differently. For me, it's about the churn. So if I'm into this item for $2, and that's why the cost of what I'm into it is so important. You know, Commonwealth and I had this kind of disagreement about it. But if I'm into an item for $2, I don't care what it is that I just bought. It could be an iPhone. It could be a remote control. It's a widget. It's just an end, a means to make some money, right? So if that item is in my store and after 2 weeks the thing ain't selling, I got to be willing to come down in price or make some adjustments. I can't keep sitting on that item because it's an iPhone. I have to keep bringing the price down until I find someone who's willing to pay for it, because your item's only worth what someone's willing to pay. If I take that it normally sells for 100, I sell it for 60 because I'm into it for 2, then I could take that profit and go buy a bunch more if I can find them and get those listed. And then that person that's still waiting for 100 might be waiting 2 months before they get their price. But it's about compounding, flipping, and that's where the money comes from. So that's why I can have a small store and make money, because I'm trying to get rid of the item as quickly as possible. We all have our philosophies, but that's what's working for me. And if I had a lot larger store doing that, man, I would definitely need to go get some help, because I'd be, other than Jenna, what I'm saying is we need to get a third person in here because we just have too much stuff to do. Jacqueline B says, happy Veterans Day to everyone. Jenna, you look really good. I like your hair like that.
Well, thank you so much.
Nobody likes my hair like this. Under a hat.
There are some people who like your hair.
Marco Carpio says, I'm in Houston. We didn't get the day off despite it's slow, and I have only had 2 calls in the past 9 hours.
Hey, those are the best days.
So you work at a call center. 2 calls. Do you mean calls or sales? So just kind of worried. But you know what? I worked in a department where we wouldn't get many calls at a certain hour, and that's where you get a lot of like time done, other things done during your time. Like if I wanted to list some items, but I wasn't really a big seller back then. I sold when I had stuff. Coin collector, glass straw equals better than paper straw.
Very true. Well,
paper straw is the worst, because if you've ever had a paper straw, we had a Starbucks one time. Where were we at? We were at like Universal Studios or something, and we went to the Starbucks in California. They only had the paper straws, and we were walking around, and like 30 minutes later, I'm sitting there drinking it, and pieces of the straw was in the drink. It's nasty. Nobody likes a paper straw.
The most terrible invention ever.
That's gonna do. All I did all day today is write up legal documents and challenges to our niece's custody case with her father and his wacka-rama wife.
Man, that's never fun. Never fun.
It's good that you're taking care of them.
But at least you're able to do it for her.
And
you can do it.
Paul Rose says, I've always said that shouldn't be eBay's call. If you don't ship orders on time, then there's a case to limit your sales. Otherwise, they shouldn't, but clearly do.
Yeah.
The thing is, most people think they can accomplish more than they actually can. So it's like, oh yeah, no problem. Give me 30 orders. But now you get out there. It's one thing to say, okay, I'll be happy with getting 30 sales today. But it's another thing altogether to actually process those 30 sales. You do like the whatnot sales, and you sell like 30, 40 items. That's a lot of, how long did it take you to do those? Now you only have like 9 packages because the same buyers are buying the item. But if you have individual buyers, that could be a lot of work. a lot of time. If you have
Oh yeah, it is very time consuming. I can't even imagine being like Philly Flipper Paul or somebody who does all of their sales on whatnot. I'd spend all day.
Coin Collector, listing is a full-time job, no days off here. Happy Veterans Day all, and thanks to all.
Yes.
Andy Reno says, just in time.
Well, look
Better
at
late than
that.
never. Ken's Ben says, that intro rocks with my headphones. Love it. Well, awesome. Glad you like that. We do enjoy it too. I think it's probably going to stay for a while until I find something else that's better. Basket Noodle says, I don't pay attention to eBay. I make money. Pay attention. I don't. I made $500 pretty much today while writing legal papers for my niece. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the great thing about eBay, right? You get your stuff done. So like for me, it might be 6 to 10 items. So I don't really care how many items I'm listing in a day. I'm trying to get around $1,000 in my store. If I can get $1,000 in my store, then I'm good, right? And if there's days that I really can't, I'll do the end item, sell similar, because it's not always about listing. It's about the giving your store the attention and working in your store that works. Andy Reno says there was like 4 price increases from the post office this year. I ship UPS cheaper now. And it just depends. You know, if you're selling stuff that's under a couple pounds, you're probably better off with Ground Advantage. Basket Noodle thinks that USPS is going to have near double rates, likely in the next 2 years. Let's hope not. Coin Collectors, as long as USPS doesn't double rates for media mail, talk about fewer sales since I have to charge for shipping. Still the cheapest on eBay for the books I sell, but it really cuts in. Yeah, it does. Basket Noodle, the new message system is like texting. It's a pain in my yeah, just it's unsettling. The newbie reseller.
So let me get this straight, Basket Noodle. You're not a fan of texting. You're I'm going to make that phone call and let you know about it instead of sending a quick text.
Newbie Resellers is tuning in from the UK. Good stuff.
Nice.
Well, nice to see
thanks
you.
for being here.
We have a number of folks from the UK. What does that say on there? The eBay Life or something?
I don't know, but it looks kind of like our
I know. I thought it was like, when did we make one of those? So we have a lot of people from the UK that watch. So consider this your late night programming. Shopping with Cheryl says, I had a bat in my garage, turned off the lights at night and opened the door, and it finally left.
Oh no. Now that's something I could just imagine the reaction. Flip.
I get a bat in my garage every so often, but she usually leaves right away. Sorry.
That's it. This is the first night on the couch.
That ain't happening, guys. I'll give you an update on that. Basket Noodle says birds will follow their way to the light. Actually, we get them. We get them an occasion down our old chimney stack. Just open its door, turn off the basement lights, and it fly to the stairs and out the door.
Yeah, birds I can deal with, but
not bats. I have a hard time with them too. Paul says, I'm currently being stalked by a squirrel. Apparently, the woman who lived here before me used to feed them. Stared at me today in one spot for an hour with, this is not how we do things. John Doe says, my 10 days of bad luck ended. I didn't change a thing, though. Shipping 11 packages tomorrow.
Yay!
That's awesome. And we have American Legend with us. Thanks for being here. American Legend. What makes you a legend? Because I want to know what you did. Maya says, once we had a hummingbird fly into the garage and my brother grabbed a butterfly net, caught it. Apparently hummingbirds play dead. We thought it was dead, but it flew away after opening the net.
They do.
They're the goats of birds.
Yeah, I love hummingbirds.
Joe says, my cat woke me up to a bat in the house on the 3rd floor. Finally had to put it in the trash can and take it outside. And yes, peed my PJs. Fascinating creatures. Really ugly creatures.
They're nasty.
American Legend says no eBay sales in months now.
What?
So are you proactively
full-time?
doing anything to make that change, to make changes so that you can? Shopping with Cheryl says, but the grocery stores have slots. Yes, they do.
Yes.
I don't play them. American Legend says, I'm not going to waste any more time listing anything else on eBay. I'll turn my attention to other platforms. I'm curious. It sounds like you probably sell things that are very unique, if I had to guess, because going months without a sale, to see that other people are selling the same item, you'd probably by now made the right changes. American Legend says, I got a grilled and Depop account, probably going to add Etsy. Let's see. American Legend says, nah, man, my prices are as low as I'll go. It's already priced to move, and I have 100% feedback rating. Okay. Now, when you say your prices are as low as you go, are other people selling that same item or very similar items, and what do their pricing look like? After a while, you got to try to start emulating what people are doing, because we set our prices, but we don't set the market. The buyers set the market, and you might have something that sold a year ago for $100 that might only be selling for 80 right now. Let's see. We got Glenda with us. Thanks for being here, Glenda. Flipping from the trailers with us. Thanks for being here. And we have Anna. Can you explain how to relist correctly so that the listing is not still stale on eBay? So Anna, what I like to do is I will go to my listings and I will go to my active, and then I'll go and sort. When you go to the headers of the different columns that you have, like you have your price, your quantity, your shipping, and all that. To the very right, it'll say time left, and I click on time left, and then I have it sort. By doing that, it sorts it by time, and I want to see what I want to be on top, the ones that are about to end. So if I have a listing that's going to end in like a day or less than that, I will go in. I will go back over and I will do the drop down menu where it says edit. This is on the PC, and I will right click on sell similar, and that'll leave the menu up still, and I'll just go down to end listing. And I'll do that for every listing that I want to end and sell similar. And then I'll go up to it has like tabs at the top. I'll go in and I'll complete each of those listings, making the changes that I need. Now you can do a bulk, right? So if you don't want to make any changes, you could do a bulk where you say, okay, I'm going to take 100 items or 200 items, and I'm just going to end items sell similar. And then with that, you're just going to go in and select all the listings and then do an edit at the top, edit selected, right? And you're going to the right of that, there should be an actions button, and you're going to go delete, and you're going to go end listings, not delete. And then you'll then go to the ended listings section, and then you're going to go in and relist those, or not relist them, but sell similar. So that's kind of what I do. It's something that I've always really done, and it's worked pretty well for me. It's allowed me to check why this hasn't sold. Well, maybe because it's too high, maybe because there's an error in the listing. There's a lot of different reasons why your item's not selling. John Doe, my main job wants to go on strike. No way am I going to strike on my side gig. Yeah. Let's see. Paul Rose says, that's not a protection racket, John. More like a no protection racket. What? Oh, you're talking about the eBay Main Street? Curious what you mean by that. American Legend, I'm not quitting. I'm working now. Okay.
Nice. Don't
quit. Don't give up. Basket Noodle says, I was in the New York State Teachers Union.
You can do it!
For years called NYSUT. I called it NYSLUT because they constantly hold community hostage to money via their kids.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Coin Collectors, don't worry, Stacker. I also don't use promoted listings. Perhaps I should. For those of you out there who don't use promoted listings, maybe you're just totally against it. The idea that you're going to give eBay another 2% or more is just like, look, I'm not making money as it is. So why should I give more money on the little sales that I have? Well, the idea is you're going to try to increase the number of sales. And by adding 2.1%, don't do 2%, it's going to give you more impressions. Impressions lead to more traffic to your listings and more opportunities. It's sort of like having a yard sale on a cul-de-sac versus a busy street. You're going to get more traffic to your yard sale if you have a more accessible location. Now, what I would say is for those of you who are just adamant about not using promoted listings, why don't you do it for 2 weeks? What do you have to lose? I mean, if you're doing standard, you're not paying that extra 2% unless you make the sale. And then even then, that's if they click through a sponsored listing. If they click through an organic listing that's showed to them, they're not paying the promoted listing. You know, they sort it by price, lowest plus shipping. Your item will show up twice with the promoted listing, believe it or not.
You are so far behind.
I am so far behind.
You need to get with it.
I'm enjoying myself, though.
Paul says, John, that was relating to the union fees.
Oh.
Well over an hour old.
Coin Collector says, for me, I sell mostly conspiracy books.
Nice.
Reef the Sea Forever says, good day today. $123 is weird. Hopefully it keeps up being up and down. Yeah.
123.
Sometimes on Monday, I don't purchase shipping labels because it deducts from weekly payout on Tuesdays. Anyone else do this? We do it constantly, but I think what's annoying really more than anything else is you get that return, right? You get that return that you got to process, and it's like, oh crap. I guess I'll take care of the return, even though it's going to take money from my fees or my deposit. Basket Noodle says, I worked 15 years on our local schools and then went off to software engineering, politics, online commerce, and such. I'm a living dog not. Glenn's Gauntlet, 32 sales from Saturday till today, 0 promoted. I only have a few items that are promoted. Do what works for you. That's ultimately. But if nothing's working for you, don't be afraid to try something like promoted. Silver Hair, my 1928 vintage mantle clock didn't need promoted and still sold for $200 this morning. Paid $40. There you go. Let's try to catch up a little bit here.
Southern Vermont vintage. I'm collecting dust.
I'm collecting dust. Huh? American Dad Legend says, Mom can have my money for shoes and makeup. She's earned it. Coin Collector, I despise Amazon. I refuse to sell on there, even if I could make more sales at faster rate. Not worth ruining my morals for the money. Yeah. Glenn's Gauntlet says, I was going to promote across the board at 4%. Then I heard the PPP with Ebert and held off. It's been going well without it. Try different things. I mean, if you're promoting and you're not making sales, I mean, then try without. Reef the Sea Forever, the old days when you would get checks in the mail. Yep, those are the good old days. I'm just trying to catch up.
I know, but you're...
Kate Picker's with us. Got a Macari sale. Push that like button.
Hey, Kate.
Yeah, thanks for being here. Beard says, no sales yet, and I was first going to try the thumbs down now.
Oh, God.
Yeah, you just can't wait.
Yeah.
Nicole says, I hit the like button waiting for my sale. Your sale can come in 24 hours.
It will be there within 24
hours. Pitco says, John, it's okay. I talk to myself all the time. It's the only way to get expert advice.
That's why I talk to myself.
I really is bad when John doesn't know if he skipped me or not. Well, I'm not keeping tabs. King of Kings says, I'm starting my own site anyway, eBay supplemental. Start your own Shopify, and maybe see how that does. I think it's been working well for Josh. Junk Trader says, just checking in. How's your mom, Jenna? I missed the update.
She is doing fabulous. Well, okay, she's doing better. She will, with a few days of physical therapy, she's expected to be there for 2 weeks. That's a long time for my mom to be in a place like that. So I'm hoping that with progress throughout this week, hopefully she'll be out by next weekend for everyone's sake.
Sal R's with us. Hi, fourth quarter heating up for me. Nice to see. Too bad I've been so busy with my real job that my eBay site is suffering in that I'm behind on getting stuff listed. Good thing Draft Bank full. There you go. So if you can get a Draft Bank going, for me though, that is when I do a Draft Bank, I'd like to be able to have that item already in its spot, right? And I hate to have things on the rack that aren't listed. Mike Seller, hi John, Jen, and chat. Thanks for being here, Mike. Oh, look at this. We have Pete, Craigslist Hunter, is in the house.
Don't even.
What was I going to do?
You're going to throw me under a bus. I just know it.
What bus? Are you throwing yourself under the bus right now? Because I don't know. I have any idea what you're talking about.
Keep going.
So nice to see you, buddy. Hopefully we did send you something. Hopefully you got it because I want to make sure you got it. Okay. Mata Montezuma says, thoughts on farming an eBay union, maybe then we can strike.
No,
It's just not
it's not going to happen.
It's called, we don't have the leverage. Sellers have no leverage on this platform. We do not have a way to coerce eBay into changing course. Promoted listings is a cash cow for eBay. It has been for quite some time, and it's saved their bacon the last couple of years with the loss of buyers and the slower sales. So that ain't going anywhere. And it doesn't matter if 20% of the sellers, that watch YouTube band together, only the other 80 are going to make more money.
Yeah.
Jovial, do they still make the O. Henry candy bar? They were delish.
What is an O. Henry candy bar?
It's just a candy bar.
I
don't know. Look it up. Mr. Sadie's with us. Thanks for being here. Nice to see you. Let's see. Simple Beautiful. Hey, John, love the hat. Hey, Miss Jenna, love the earrings.
Hello. Thank you so much.
We love that you're here. So thank you for being here. John Doe is seriously thinking about getting into t-shirt printing. Anyone got advice? You do that stuff, right?
I do.
Any advice?
But I don't do it professionally. I do it because I enjoy it.
Buy a lot of blank t-shirts in bulk. That's the first way to do it. Shopping with Cheryl. Who takes their phone to the bathroom? I am not the only one. Don't even. None of you out there. I am not the only one. I mean, let's say you're out and about. Let's say you're at, a restaurant or a casino. What are you going to put your phone? Maybe you'll put your phone in your pocket, right? But, I don't know.
What annoys me the most, my biggest pet peeve, is when people are talking on their phone while in the public restroom. That is gross.
How do you know they're talking on their phone, though?
Because you can hear them.
They could be talking to themselves.
No, not with
Southern Vermont says, do you think the false returns really hurts Amazon? Would it just be a write-off for them? Do they really even deal with the return? It hurts them because, see, you have a product. There's a cost to that product for that seller, whoever's doing the FBA. It's not always Amazon. It's a third-party seller. And so it gets sent to this buyer. The buyer swaps out a broken item for it. Buyer's taken care of because they're going to get their money back, and they just upgraded their unit. Now this item's going back to FBA, and now that's a total loss in that cost of good. That's going to be, now Amazon will recoup some of it because they will sell like a truckload or multiple truckloads of these contract holders that then disperse it to other, third-party liquidators. They're going to make some of it back, but it's not at all.
That's no Henry candy bar.
Yeah, she did look it up.
I'm not big on nuts in my candy.
Sandy, ready, steady, sell says, I'll take one of those shocking seats for my husband. I mean, if you want to be disciplined.
I want to have the controller, though.
Yeah. I just sat down and I gotta go. Paul Rose says, John, I like that idea. So someone who has a medical episode while on the shitter can get regular electric shocks. Yeah. That sucks.
That's terrible.
I mean, you walk by the bathroom and it's like, what's that smell? I got to hit the button now. Simple Beautiful. What can someone do if eBay hides their listings, and what is the benefit of eBay doing that? Why are they shooting themselves in the foot? eBay I would say, look, there's no benefit for eBay to hide your listings, except if you are not up to standards, your metrics are bad, you've shown eBay that you're not a good seller, or you've had episodes or problems that has caused your account to be well below where they want you to be. Well, there's no reason for them to give you extra traffic. In fact, they would be, in their minds, it's better if they put you on page 2 or 3. You get less visibility. That's why when you go below standard, it's hard. It's really a hard road to get out. You can get out. You're going to sell fewer items during that time, but that would be the only reason why I would see eBay hiding your listings, though. Callie Debs says, hi, John, Jen, and Chad. I'm late. Just got back from the dentist.
Ew.
Mike Gertis says, good evening. Clawing and grinding to get my sales today compared to this weekend. Happy Veterans Day, and thanks to those who served us.
Yes, thank you
for
all.
Thank you for your service.
And their families.
And Basket Noodle ate his pie.
Ooh, so was it good? Did it have peas in it?
When I was growing up, I was always told, don't sit too long on the toilet. You will get the roids. Don't sit on the concrete. You will get worms. Mm-hmm. Don't lift too heavy. Your guts will fall out.
Yep.
Don't sit on concrete. You'll get worms. Worms from what?
Because it's cold. I don't know. That's what my grandparents used to say to us.
It's like, don't let the bed bugs bite. I think it's like an old tale. Beard says, big snack fishing for compliments. No, I don't know who you're talking about. Mixed mercantile.
What you're talking about?
I mean, it was the whole big snack thing was funny the first 10 times. It's not anymore. Mixed mercantile says, checking in late. Thumbs up. Well, nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Basket Noodle says, Jenna, lupus is an autoimmune condition whereby the immune system attacks peripheral nerve endings. You're trying to really get me going here with these words. Musculature, cardio, eyes are all common symptoms. Can be quite formidable.
Yeah, and the hard part is there is no cure for it, and it's a very suspicious or very mysterious. And I don't even know if you call it a disease, a condition. It's something I need to educate myself on, because it's definitely something that my sisters and I are going to have to take into account in her future health.
Well, the one thing I've heard many, many times is that most illnesses are caused by inflammation, or that brings them on. So maybe it's the diet. Maybe you take an extreme change to your diet to where you're no longer inflaming your body, and get rid of the things that tend to trigger, because maybe she ate something or whatever.
Yeah.
And that I'd say would probably go a long way, really, for any condition. Change. I mean, it may be like, no more of the thing that you love to eat, but you just do it.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I mean, I don't know. It's a very mysterious condition, and I don't know a lot about it. I need to take the time and educate myself.
Basket Noodle prefers hates autocorrect and prefers talking person to person. I think most people do. Well, most Gen Xers.
I'm not a phone talker. I spent 15 years talking on a phone. I don't want to talk on the phone.
Paul Rose says, Jenna, I hate when people want to have full-blown conversations by text. It's like writing a dozen letters. Just call me LOL. And you don't know the tone. See, this is the thing about looking at texts and emails. Someone might be having the best day and they're typing away, and then you get it and you're like, how rude.
Yeah.
And you have their voice in your head, like when you're reading it, and it's like you turn it into something it's not.
Yeah. I mean, there are certain people who I can have a text conversation and they know exactly how the conversation is going. But there are others who don't quite understand the tonnage in the conversation, and it can get weird real fast.
Southern Vermont, hummingbirds are fun. A couple males buzz me in the regular. A couple come down and take a bath if I'm out watering garden. Cute little buddies.
I love.
She has little things that she puts in the tree. I
love hummingbirds. I have hummingbird feeders.
Dears says, I think people forget the meaning of a phone. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
American Legend. I'm going through now and lowering my price on 2 items, and I'm going to reset to other items and take them down. So yeah, I am a firm believer that if you have items that are very, very stale and really probably aren't going to sell, they're taking your store down with you. I think they're hurting the rest of your items. Andy says, your definition of bulk editing confused me, and I already know how to do it. Yeah.
It confused me. I tuned out. I'm
just doing it without showing you guys. I'm sure it would be easier if you saw the visual. Paul Rose, John, that was relating to the union fees, well over an hour old in chat. So that shows you that I've caught up. I'm getting closer to you guys now. Basket Noodle, I promote mixed lots only, and within my listing, I've linkage direct to my storefronts to browse. Sounds like, of all people here, Basket Noodle would have sort of a really good idea as to how to set up external shops and set everything up. Whereas, the layman like myself is like, okay, I guess I'm going to be 10 YouTube videos in just to figure out what he already knows. So say you're 100 baseball cards and you do a variation listing, then use that traffic to drive traffic to your categorized store. Those variation listings get far more traffic than individual listings. So I do have variation listings, but how do you drive that traffic to the store? So they're in the variation listing, right? So how do you get them into your store? And I don't care they don't go into my store because they're probably not going to find what they're looking for. But if you're a seller within a niche and you have like variation listings, I think that would be a good tip if you can figure that part out. Chastity said just got two back-to-back sales. Been listing, so not sure if it's the same buyer yet. Well, awesome.
Hey, well,
Get those sales. You're playing tug of war with eBay. I love it. Southern Vermont says, do you think someday payout, weekly payout, monthly?
Say that again. Start over.
Do you think that same day payout, weekly payout, monthly payout plays any role in sales and being discovered? Longer eBay as your money saying in case issue with order of the shipping costs. No, I think I used to have daily payouts, and that was like I think 2019 and 20, and we had good sales. We changed it to weekly because it was just like, why am I having it? I'd like to be able to keep track. I think I was doing taxes, and I'm like just trying to look at my numbers and my deposits and all that. And I'm like, I can't keep track of daily. Beard says, I don't understand why sellers will bitch and moan about lack of sales and not try something different.
I don't understand that either.
I mean, it's like a fear, maybe a fear of like screwing something up, but if it's already screwed up, what are you going to hurt?
Yeah.
John Doe likes the new look on the orders page. Kind of trying to catch up a little bit if I can.
You're skipping all over.
I skip to my loo. Basket noodles. Lupus and MS have similarity in that severe anxiety can excite the body's cortisol releases, which for some patients statistically result in higher odds of exacerbations, attacks.
Yeah.
Gosh, just say attacks. Trying to trip me up.
Oh, it's in Canada is the O. Henry bar.
The O. Henry bar is in Canada, forever still good.
Thank you, Basket Noodle,
Just
for that
smaller
information.
lately.
I really do appreciate it.
Southern Vermont Vintage, a little pink eye never hurts.
Ew.
Who has that?
Nobody wants pink eye.
American Legend, I've done it on occasion, but not often. It's pretty normal. I hope that's not referring to pink eye. MS attacks.
You probably skipped
I know.
something.
I do skip because I want to make this.
Yeah, but then nothing
2 hours
makes
and not
sense.
3. Well, I do my best. Basket Noodle says MS attacks the sympathetic central nervous system. I'm sure I got that wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Brain, spine, and optic nerves. Lupus is characterized as attacks on the peripheral nervous system.
Yeah, the whole thing started with back pain, and they couldn't figure out her MRIs were fine, her CT scan, all the other scans and x-rays that they did were fine. Nothing could be seen on those. So that's why it was very mysterious.
So Beer says, phones in the bathroom is disgusting. And the Picky Picker says, unfortunately, I was not able to get the bird out. Don't know what to do. They have devices where, like, if you have problems with pigeons, right, you can, like, mount it, like, on your roof or near your roof, and you turn it on, and it makes, like, noise, like animal noises that scares the crap out of these birds, and they'll leave. Or, like, make noises, right? So you can get one of those maybe on your phone, maybe go do some reading on noises that will scare birds away or whatever, and find that noise and play it like on a speaker in your garage, and it'll get so annoyed that it'll leave. It'll find a way the hell out of there.
Yeah.
And then
just wondering, do you have like rafters or something in your garage that you can't like get to? Like maybe take a broom and kind of.
So Picky Picker says, I'm in the bathroom right now. Oh. Well, wash your hands.
I'm sure
please.
Beard loves that.
Please wash your hands.
Yeah.
Maya says, is it dark out where you are?
It is very close. The sun is currently setting.
Basket Noodle, MS is multiple sclerosis is a term meaning multiple scars. This can be seen by MRIs or brain dissections showing the scars left behind the immune attacks. Yeah. Miriam says, aka Midge. Oh, okay. Way too much conversation about phones in the bathroom. Is it so we go? So it's Bill and Miriam.
No, it's Midgie.
Midgie. So is it Miriam or Midgie, or is it both?
It's AKA Midgie.
Okay.
Miriam is probably her legal name.
Okay. Picky Picker says, who else has great realizations gets great ideas in the shower?
I do.
Picky Picker says, I do. Salar, I just love Jenna's laugh. It makes me smile.
Oh, thank you.
Miriam says, Midgie Bill is a Marine. Thanks for your service, sweets. Well, thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service.
Yes. And thank you, Miriam, for putting up with Bill when he calls you Midgie. But that's what she wants to be called, I guess, right?
That's her.
I'm confused.
That's her name.
Gail says, hello, John and Jenna. Late, but had to get my free steak tonight.
Free steak?
Did you get it at Sizzler? But we have the pinball.
Who gets a free steak?
Yeah, I'll take a free steak. Basket noodle.
I want a filet mignon.
This is going to ruin your night.
Oh,
Peas in the pot pie. Very good. We're tons of Amish farms and such around our spring through fall camp.
I would love to go to like wherever, like PA or wherever the Amish are, and buy from them.
Joe says the phone has replaced the newspaper in the bathroom. And believe it or not, when you're on these social media sites, they know that you're in the bathroom. They can geolocate where you're at while you're in the app. They have the numbers to know how many people, how many hours people in general spend on their phone in the bathroom.
See, I don't do that very often.
Happy Veterans Day, says Gail.
Yes, happy Veterans Day.
Yeah, a lot of people with lupus.
No.
Southern Vermont says grow fresh veggies, raise fresh meat, and drink local made, not store-bought. Kombucha?
Yeah.
What's kombucha?
Kombucha is supposed to be very potent in like your immune.
What is it?
It's very good for your immune.
Is it a tea? Is it what?
It's a drink. It's kind of like a tea, but.
Basket noodle. Many autoimmune conditions are related to viruses, mostly of the herpes genre. Lupus and MS both linked to Epstein-Barr virus, someone that causes mono kissing virus. Yeah,
see, lupus, I was always under the impression you got lupus if you got bit by a certain bug. So it's very confusing for me because I don't know. See, when it comes to lupus, I don't know anything.
MS says handful of meds now to try to stave off attacks. Lupus, not so much. The meds are either immunosuppressive or immuno.
Yeah, it took them, I think it was 4 or 5 different medications to get her out of pain and to even just take the edge off a little bit. So definitely I'm hoping something can be a more regular medication that she can take to keep the flare-ups away.
Picky Picker, don't sleep on media. I picked up on unsealed Intuit QuickBooks 2017 desktop pro CD for $3 at Goodwill. Took less than a month to sell on eBay, and it went for $5.50 plus shipping. There you go.
Wow,
like
nice.
Picky Picker never got a return, so I assumed the customer was happy with their $550 purchase. Plus, I found a source to get some more newer versions.
Woo!
There you go. Basket Noodle. Yep, for many years I built successful e-commerce storefronts and webs too.
Oh, nice.
Midgie, your advice has been invaluable. This is our first year, and we would have made more mistakes without your advice. Well, that's the whole.
We love you.
Well, yeah, that's the whole point of this whole thing. Is hopefully you guys can pick up off of the sometimes stupid mistakes that I make. So. Paul says, John, Fuzzy Wuzzy was a woman. Just my contribution to the word salad. You're welcome. Yes. Basket Noodle, not that long ago, Jenna, diagnosing MS or lupus, even RA, was troublesome as it would be mistaken for Lyme disease.
That's another thing. Yes, that's they were what?
Go ahead.
They were talking about Lyme disease and lupus. And then I don't know how they narrowed it down to just lupus. So I don't. So again, I need to educate myself.
Larry Todd, you might be right. I've never seen a bird in Beard's garage. He says, play Beard's voice on speaker and birds will leave.
Oh, there you go. That might help.
Maya says, yeah, I wonder if maybe she had a mild symptoms earlier in life that she didn't realize.
Yeah.
My mom is convinced she had scleroderma, which is apparently similar. I can't get straight answer on whether she got a diagnosis or not, but she thinks she's had symptoms for a long time.
Oh, wow.
Gail's got the Applebee's Veterans Dinner going on.
Ooh, I want
That's
to go
awesome.
out to dinner somewhere. Can we go somewhere?
Go to Applebee's?
Yeah, or Chili's,
It's
or
a joke, but okay. Southern Vermont Vintage. A friend made a good point one day. You put your hand in dog Schmidt. Do you grab a paper towel and wipe it off and go about your day?
oh God,
No.
no.
You go in there and scrub those
You
hands.
say-
King of Kings. Kombucha. Don't drink if you have an autoimmune disorder or fungi allergy. Fungi.
Hmm.
Simple Beautiful says, thanks for your feedback, John. My standing is great. It reminds me of what you and Josh used to talk about, the EB computer program or eBay computer program. What is it called again? I think it is what it is. The cryo, whatever. Heck, I forgot. But it's just the algorithm, the eBay algorithm. You got to do the things that eBay wants you to do. It's all pre-programmed in there. And I think there's so many levels, but just the basics of pricing, photos, good title is where you want to start with. And the Picky Picker says, remember to hit that like button to get your sale. Yes.
That's right. That's right. You got 24 hours.
So she wants to go get something to eat.
Yeah, I do.
And we're at the end of chat. So I think
homemade soup and chili, it's all good, but it's only good for a few days.
So I want to thank each and every one of you guys for being here. Get your shipping done so you can get it out tomorrow. For those of you who already did your shipping, then you're ahead of most of us. Look, guys, eBay disappoints many of us. And the idea that we have to do what we have to do with promoted listings to get our sales where we used to not have to do it, it's frustrating. I get it. But there ain't no organization on earth that's going to make what you want, which is a union or something like some kind of action as a group, work. And therefore, I think we should just stop bringing it up. Either I'd say figure out how to make what you're doing work, or make the necessary adjustments, and that might include using promoted listings so that you can get the sales. But figuring all that out is yet another example of how flipping ain't easy. I want you guys to have an excellent rest of your week, and we will talk to you very soon. Take care.